Good afternoon and welcome. I'm Sheila Balgobin and I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleep and dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. Today is the very last day of my 10 days of celebrating my new book, Wide Awake in Your Dreams, Listening to the Thoughts of Your Heart. And I will be honoring the day, which would have been my first husband's 72nd birthday, by doing another live reading and also just sharing with you. As I said, it would have been my first husband's 72nd birthday, and he was always a great supporter of my work and continues to be, believe it or not. In fact, the reason why I'm dressed in all in turquoise today is not only because I love the color and turquoise is my birthstone, but I had a dream. And in it, my first husband said I should wear this. So when I say I believe in the power of dreams, I really am not kidding. I listen to my dreams all the time. So to begin, I thought I'd read a chapter to you that is refers to a question I get asked all the time. And the question being, well, are dream books any good? Not really. And now in this chapter, which I call Your World, Your Dreams, I talk about that. So it's your world, your symbols. When it comes to dreams, the symbols are yours. It's from you and about you and couldn't be any other way. Or as one anonymous 5-year-old once put it, dreams are television you see in your sleep. A very accurate description. After all, dreams are part of the story of your life, and you are the executive producer. Dreams can help to discern not only the momentary situation of the dreamer, but also what progress or blocks he or she is making with the situation in question. You decide what roles people, places, and things adopt in your life, whether it's done consciously or not. As a general rule, dreams are not primarily concerned about adaptation to outer life. Rather, most dreams in the modern world have to do with the development and of the ego, or the part of us that says I, of the right attitude to adopt towards the self, which the self being what Jung referred to as our fully integrated self, which is where the conscious mind and the unconscious work together in tandem. The reason for this is that the primary relationship is far more disturbed by modern ways of thinking than is the case with more so-called primitive people. That is, people who haven't lost their connection to the inner world or to the unconscious. So if we don't have a good relationship with ourselves, which is our primary relationship, one else. That much is clear. When we're unhappy, the world becomes unhappy with us, or we want to make the world unhappy with us. So we go back to the explanation that it was a dodgy takeaway or bad wine that caused the dream. It could very well be, but I don't think so. Now, from this point onward, we'll be looking at dreams from the who looked at dreams as being playing a significant role in the interpretation of the dreams. Symbols, which are the things, people, places, and whatnot that appear in your dreams, are what Jung called simply libido analogs. And libido is not just about sex. Libido just means energy. Freud happened to focus on sexual energy as being the end all and be all, but Jung had a different perspective. These libido analogs transform energy into a form the conscious mind, the part of us that goes I, can recognize and understand. In other words, symbols. In addition to looking at dreams for clues to his client's personal complexes, Jung added the technique. This technique employs the use of myths, history, and other historical content to be explored alongside the dream content. However, no matter what system you use, Jung declared, and I happen to agree, that you alone decide how the material is ultimately interpreted. After all, it's your dream. Jung saw dreams as natural manifestations of the psyche. He reminded us, however, that the unconscious is autonomous and pursues purposes unknown to the conscious mind. Dreams have their own language and laws which simply cannot be approached subjectively with the psychology of consciousness, that is, using the left brain or the part of us that goes I. The language of the unconscious has its own vocabulary and grammar and is an individual to each dreamer. This is very important to remember. Your dream, even if it would mean 10 different things because each person's experience and each person's situation is different. The inner life Jung describes is the secret life we all lead by day and night in constant relationship with our unconscious selves. There is a constant flow of information between the two levels of ourselves, and they meet in dreams, visions, rituals, and imagination. So once you understand the language of your own inner world, you will have the keys to understanding your dreams. And that's what I do with people. I help them to crack that code of their particular dream and their particular situation to be able to understand the message. But think about this a minute. Have you ever had someone you know or yourself said, I don't know what I was thinking? Or what was, where was I when this happened? When they acted for some reason out of character? Chances are you weren't thinking. You were probably acting under the influence of the unconscious, which was trying to get your attention. The universe is a secret source of much of our thoughts, feelings, and behavior. When we have an unexpected breakthrough of the unconscious into our conscious lives, we will often ask ourselves, where did that come from? Or what came over me, or him, or her? Sometimes these hidden personalities are embarrassing, violent, or humiliating when they show themselves, while at other times we find that we have awakened strengths and finer qualities that we didn't even know we possessed. We can express ourselves with wisdom, clarity, and intelligence at a higher level than we would never in a million years believe we were even capable of. So when somebody comes to me and asks me, what about dream books? Well, the long answer was this, but the short answer is they're useless. They're just useless. You are an individual. Your dreams come from you and are all about you. And unless you dream for the entire planet, 7 billion other people and general dream descriptions or dream image descriptions are not of any use to you. So you have of your own dreams. I don't actually interpret people's dreams. I help them to interpret their own dreams. Now, what I'm going to do next is read two case studies, one which is mine and one which is not. But the purpose of reading these two case studies is to give you a hint of the real power, transformative power of dreams and how they can literally change your life if you allow them to, or get dragged into it one way or the other. This first case study I dubbed or given the title No Way Out. And it was, to give you a bit of background, the dreamer was a young fighter pilot for Nazi Germany who had lost his color vision, which obviously would prevent him from flying. This particular story was recounted by a Jungian psychoanalyst who was trapped in Berlin during World War II. The young pilot developed hysterical color blindness. While physical exams indicated there was nothing wrong with the pilot, he could no longer see color. The young man had two siblings, a brother who was in the SS and a sister in the resistance. The pilot adored and admired his brother as much as he hated his sister. The young pilot was confused by his dreams. In them, everything was the wrong way, he said. The brother wore a white SS uniform in his dreams. The uniform was actually black, and his face was black. This was in opposition to the image of his sister dressed in black prison garb, but with a shining white face. The dreamer believed that his dreams had everything turned backward, with bad people dressed in white and the good people in black. Eventually, the pilot came to understand it wasn't the clothing that mattered, but the face. Following his brother's drunken remarks about what went on in concentration camps, the pilot had another dream. He saw concentration camp prisoners marching past Hitler, all of them with shining white faces, while Hitler's face was black and his raised hand the color of blood. After a visit to a concentration camp to learn for himself what the truth was, the pilot came to a decision and wrote a note to his analyst, which stated, "I believed too long that black was white. Now the many colors of the world won't help me anymore." The young pilot's solution to his situation was suicide. The breaking down of this young man's beliefs meant that he could no longer support the regime he had been indoctrinated into from childhood. Recovering his health became something the pilot could no longer endure. Suicide in this case was not a measure of his illness, but actually a measure of his health. It's an extreme form of healing oneself, but it was the only choice that he believed he had. So it just goes to show you in this case study that dreams can have a massive, massive impact on how we look at the world, how we react in the world, or whether we even live in this world. Now, the second case study is one of my own, and it's a little dream, but it's a wonderful dream, and it's actually a dream which pretty much started to set me finally on the path that I'm on today and sitting here before you. I call this case study Accepting the Gift. It was Christmas time. There was an enormous Scots pine tree that smelled wonderful. And yes, I actually did smell the scent of the tree in my dream. And underneath, there were dozens of gifts, all older siblings. There was only one large box that was untagged, which I guessed to be mine. I wondered if it was a birthday gift, since my birthday is right after Christmas. But I woke up before I opened it. I wasn't sure what this dream meant immediately, and sometimes we need to do the work to understand a dream, or We're simply not meant to know what it means at a particular moment in time. Nevertheless, I honored my dream by creating a miniature gift, wrappings and all, with a big bow around it, and which I look at and have looked at every single day since I made it. Eventually, I came to understand that the gift in the unmarked box was what I needed to push me forward. It's what I needed to use my gift in service to others. There were other wake-up calls I received in dreams, some of them not nearly so pleasant or benign. But from my own dreams and those of my clients, I know that even nightmares, once unpacked, can be a source of strength and growth, or a warning. A couple of my dreams, or more accurately, nightmares, were significant in determining the course of my life over the next several years. Now, what those wake-up calls were, you're going to have to get the book and find out. I'm not going to tell you. Certainly wake-up calls in a very major way. And if I hadn't listened, I would not be sitting here. We would not be having this very pleasant time, and I would not be celebrating this book. Now, you can join me in this final day of the celebration of the launching of this book by ordering a Kindle copy. The Kindle version will be released as of today at the special price of $1.99. $1.99 for this lovely little book, which has pictures and all kinds of interesting information in it, as well as my story of how I got here. As I say, the Kindle version, and for those of you who say, but I don't have Kindle. I don't have Kindle either, but I can read it on my laptop or tablet. So you don't have to have a Kindle reader specifically to read Kindle books. You can get the Kindle app free on your laptop or tablet and download there. So the book is available and both in paperback, which was launched back on the 11th, and today is in honor of my first husband's birthday, is being launched today at the special price, $1.99. But you have to order it at a specific time. If you order between 3 and 5 p.m. this afternoon, or if you're in the States, for my family and friends in the States, 10 to 12 a.m., folks, don't miss it. 3 to 5 p.m. this afternoon here in the UK. You can get the book for $1.99. 5:01, you are out of luck because the price will go back up to the regular price. So if you really would like to have a copy and read my story and find out more about dreams, this is the time to do it. So when this post goes up, and you'll be able to click, type in that link and order the book. Thank you so much for being part of these 10 days of celebrations. It's been wonderful. There's been all kinds of activities, interviews, videos, all kinds of things, and I hope you've enjoyed them all. There will be one more little surprise, a little offer that will be put up online on the 22nd. So watch out for that. It's another little gift that I'd like to give you. Hello, Tamara. Thank you for joining. So there you have it, good people. Thank you again. Time for me, this 10 days of celebration. Buy the book. I've been doing this all to give you a flavor of what the book is about and what I'm about. So if you want to learn more, buy the book. If you'd like to find out how to work with your own dreams, you can book a free, no obligation, slip into sleep session at www.meetingwithsheila.com, and together we can look at your dreams. You can also join me on Thursdays at 8 p.m. when I look at dreams. People submit their dreams to me, and I will anonymously give some clues to help people to crack the code of their dreams and use the information they contain. Thanks again for watching and listening. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and I do hope you will enjoy the book if you do buy it. Thanks again. Take care.